All right, we'll try. So you're not seeing double, in case that's what you're wondering. My God, you're a handsome man. Anyways, John was outside for a while. He was facing south, yelling as loud as he could, but nobody heard him. So he'll try it this way now. First, I want to say how appropriate it is to have a Bear's memorial on his birthday, as well as Father's Day. I've known Bear for well over 40 years, and when I first met him, he wasn't Bear. I met him as Jerry. I've known Maria even longer. I met him at a football field behind a friend's place I was visiting. Now, this is North American football. He was playing football, wee Gordy Galloway. That's what Jerry would call him. I met him through friends of Maria's. It was Deb Marchand and Sylvia Alter and Susan Waller. Jerry was a gentle giant, not somebody you could push over easily. He loved music. Bear had a small basement suite in Vancouver. Was going to UBC. And a group of us would always head down to Vancouver to see him. And I remember strolling up to his place, and we could hear him playing the trumpet. And he'd be playing either Chuck Mangione's Feel So Good or the theme song from Summer of '42. I remember when we were visiting Dick last summer, he would entertain us while playing the piano. And he would sneak downstairs at our place and play the piano too. Hard to believe a guy that size would actually sneak, but he did. And he would go down there, and he seemed to never be able to pass up an opportunity to play the piano. Colby Street. In his 20s, Bear and a couple of his friends, Otis Jarry, Pat Russo, rented a house in Westminster, in the suburb of Safford on Colby Street. This place was known to be called the Colby Street Commodore. That's because everybody would come around and they would join parties there. There'd be a party either weekend or weekday. It didn't make a difference. They all got together and danced and had a few drinks out of Safford and Crystal, which was actually mason jars. The reason they danced so much there was because Otis had a super sound system. It was one that was two 250-pound Conahorn speakers. Now back then, bigger was better. I remember when one time a bunch of us guys rented a house up in Vernon, and Jerry and I were walking home from the pub, and he just blurted out, "I'm going to marry that girl." And I thought, oh, he was talking about Maria, and I thought, oh, that's strange. We were both under the influence of it, so I didn't think too much of it. And then him and Maria started dating seriously. And I guess he's speaking the truth. A couple times we were playing hockey with Derek, and I noticed he had 3 digits on the back of his jersey. I thought, kind of strange. So I skated up to him and said, "Hey, Bear, why do you have 3 digits on the back of your jersey?" The digits were 305. He said, "Well, that's my weight." And I said, I said, 2 things came to mind then. First, I'm glad it was non-contact. Second, don't ever get into a corner scrum with this man. Jerry was a big man, and like we said, down at Stanley Park, one day we were walking around in Vancouver, and a riot broke out at Stanley Park. It wasn't after a hockey game, but anyways, a riot broke out, and a bunch of us were walking around, and the Vancouver City Police were there, and people were throwing rocks and bottles at the police and set a garbage bin on fire. So anyways, as we were walking along, they had the Vancouver City Police there, and they had the mounted steeds. So when the mounted steeds started coming towards us, my brother, he decided to let go of his wife's hand at that time and hold on to dairies instead. When Jerry got his doctorate, he would brag that he was the real doctor of the family. He would go around and tell us how much he loved teaching his graduate students, loved doing research at the university. And when we were down in his Australia, he gave us a tour of Canberra and walked around, and he was telling us about all the different rock formations that were around there. And as we're walking back through the path, he would tell us, so he quizzes. So what happened here? What happened here? Well, I didn't have the slightest idea. I failed his test miserably. When we were down there, the highlight of our trip was going to the ice rink. And we got to see Bear play and two of his sons. It was a great time, and the kids did really, really well. Each scored goals. I think Jerry may have gotten an assist. That's about it. You know, he slowed down. He wasn't as fast as he was when we played against him. Bear was very passionate about many things. Music, geology, hockey, but most of all, he loved his wife and his kids. When he came to Vancouver, we were lucky enough to visit him a couple of times. He came over to our place and for dinner once, and went to the pub and watched the view, and went down there and watched a hockey game on a big screen TV. I have very many, many memories of Terry, but this is my favorite. When we were in our 20s, a group of us decided to play football up in Vernon. It was North American football. And like I say, we're in our 20s, full of piss and vinegar. And this one particular play, Barry grabbed the ball and decided to go charging through the line, busted through the line. Kevin Phillies, known as KP, tried to clothesline him. He ended up in a crumpled heap on the ground. And Barry was galloping down the field. And I was in hot pursuit. And I remember Jerry running and looking over his left shoulder and looking over his right shoulder and laughing and saying, "Where are you?" So he knew I was coming up behind him. As I catch up to him, I thought curiously, how the hell do you get this guy on the ground? How am I going to tackle this giant? Well, Bear was wearing his usual attire. Short sleeve, button up, folded down shirt, cut off jeans, brown belt, and running. So I leaped and I grabbed the hold of his belt. And I am being dragged 10 or 15 yards behind him. And as I'm trying to grab a hold of one of his legs, I finally get a hold of him and trip, and we fall into a heap and both laughing our heads off. That's how I remember Bear. Laughing and chortling the way he did and grinning from ear to ear. Those were the good times, and probably something I'll remember for the rest of my life. Every time we got together, Bear and I would relive that event. And he would be faster, and I would be faster. It didn't make a difference, but we loved to hear that story over and over again. Bear was born in Canada, a Canadian, but I know his heart was in Australia. It only seems appropriate and fitting that he be laid to rest in this newfound country. I will miss Bear, but when I think of him, I will never be sad because of all the good times we had together. They're always full of laughter, good food, good wine, and really good memories. Thank you very much, Christina and the McPhail family, for giving me this opportunity to talk. Thank you.
Thanks, John.